All right, all right. Good morning, good morning. How is everyone doing? Just clean all of this up. And let's get into putting on our levels from yesterday. So, previous day, value area high. So basically, I'll give you guys a bit of an update as to where we're at. Yesterday was, again, not the greatest day. On our accounts for silly reasons, and part of it is like having to head to work. Had a good position on. We caught the shorts on the other accounts, by the way. So we're needing $1,000 to pass this account. I realized with consistency, we hit 2K. We've got to hit another 1,000 to be able to get this with consistency. These accounts in some drawdown as well. So I've decided to hide all the balances just to, get my mind focused on sort of where we need to be. But we're going to mark out our levels from yesterday. We also haven't done the weekly levels for ES. And because my bias is short, basically with everything that's happening in the world, like fundamentally, I see no reason to long. So I'm just having a really hard time longing. There's been such good long opportunities, the past few days, but just fundamentally, I can't buy into that. So looking for shorts. ES is definitely respecting the short side a lot more than MNQ. So you can see we're almost at all-time highs again for MNQ. We almost pierced it yesterday, I think. Actually, all-time highs just back up in here. Whereas ES, we're just nowhere near. All-time highs is way up here, and we're struggling to get past these levels. So all in all, I like shorts in ES. We're probably going to push for previous day value area high here. Makes sense off the open, take people out the wrong way, and then fade the actual move to the downside. So a long off here makes sense. Just waiting for a good pullback spot on an M1. See if we can fill this. The fact that we've pushed off the open, this is where the orders want to push price. I'm expecting we're going to go to an area of sell-off, and this gap right here makes the most sense. Just this around this area, that's around the midpoint of the gap too. So if we're going to be short, this is a high probability short area. Just trying longs to get up into this region. We could blast through, but taking most of our profit at these levels here. Just waiting for an entry. Take it on these accounts as well. Boom, in long here, and in long stops below here. If we invert this and push to the downside, then see we're wrong. I'm taking profit at around 7,562. $562. $7,562. So looking to see if we can add into this position. If we're gonna push back, just want a closure above really these two highs. We can see that we're good. If we just invert now and push to the downside, then I am wrong. This is probably just the first liquidity grab, and we're gonna push for the lows. What I've noticed is whatever direction we typically open up from the open at 8 is the direction that we follow through in. So I've faded this a lot. Now, if we invert, then obviously we don't have the momentum to keep going. And that story plays a bit more significant. So if we close below these lows, but based on the orders right off the open, we've closed bullish for the first 3 minutes, I'm expecting continuation. All of these orders to be protected. So while this is happening, I'm gonna set up the daily levels. Watching this here. If we get a nice pushback to the upside, then we'll look to scale into the position here as well. close here. Next 30 seconds for the M3. I've taken off the countdown again just to prevent me from getting into trades too early. So see if we invert this whole thing here. Whether we're just going for this gap fill in here. The control, looking for a bounce here. Not strong enough for me here, but if we can see buyers push this all the way back up, we're in. As you can see, we're still respecting this gap. Ideally want to push relative equal lows. What's up, Dom? Definitely a risky play here. Especially with this closure back here, but as long as we don't close below this new day opening gap, still expecting this region to be tapped. Just depends on volume and where we want to go. Even this down close candle doesn't have too much volume to the downside here compared to the longs in this candle. We can see this closure here. Not looking likely for this long play here. Under VWAP now as well, under point of control. There's a lot of equals below us. Okay, stop that. That's okay. $30 loss here. Wait for this next closure. Previous day point of control. Wait and see. BBQing dinner. Nice. What are you barbecuing, bro? Dinner. PG. I will say as well, because MNQ is stronger, typically, potentially maybe the long play makes more sense on that asset. But we'll wait and see. I haven't put yesterday's levels for MNQ. Let me do that as well. Profiles. Previous day point of control. And here. Previous day value area high. Yeah. Previous week value area high resting right here too as well. I would love to see this push up a little bit higher, to be honest, before collapse to the downside. We've got these levels as targets for MA. Okay, I think we're back. Okay, I think we're finally back. Sorry about that, guys. Where are we here? Cool. So now it'd actually be a decent longing spot. Upset this low. Same trade here. Upset this low. And so if we have two losing trades in one direction, that gives me the final green light for a flip, and then we push the other way. But again, I still think this play up into these zones makes the most sense. So we try to get to 10 micros if we can, pushing above point of control now, which is good to see. Just need that closure. So in the next 20 seconds or so, I want us to close in the green. See what level that is. So 3719. Take it about 3 points beforehand. to mitigate that $30 loss before looking for net 70. Say 716 or so. Okay, M3 closure, point of control resting right here now. Still didn't close below. Body still respecting here, anticipating push to the upside. So 745 would be the terminus for me, just in this upward move. Again, I just cannot buy longs at the moment. SpaceX has been absolutely dumping its stock at the minute, so yeah, ES again is probably going to be the better asset to short. If we check ES now, what it's doing, still hasn't pushed above the new day opening gap. So longing ES probably wasn't the smartest call here, but keep our idea for Nasdaq going. Just waiting to long against weakness. So if we see a wick to the downside, like this candle here was perfect for our entry. So even waiting till we saw that would have been ideal. Just waiting for another trap. So we want to see sellers trying to push price to the downside, then unable to do so, buyers fill them back up. And those are the types of moves where I want to be longing price. So sellers are pushing it down here now, just looking for an engulfing of this candle and the next candle to confirm adding in an extra 5. And so we're just doing the doubling method for scaling in at the moment, especially if we're trying to be in and out of moves. I'm not trying to be here sort of all day. Small moves with heavy size, trying to get to break even as soon as possible is the plan typically going forward. Making sure risk is never more than $200 per trade. Gives me 5 shots a day, max. But if we can reduce risk as much as possible, take partials. Again, looking for weakness. If we can flip and turn bullish on this last 15 seconds, I'm going to add into the position. Stops will go to this low here. Exactly like that. Wait for the closure. We're in. Adding an extra 5 into our position. Looking for, I don't know how much we took as a loss. 150 on the first one. So ideally would be looking for a little bit more here, but if we can, we'll look to go to the previous day value area high, which is 745. I think we need that much. Slow movement this morning, not too much volatility. Just really waiting for one big push to the upside here now. You can see here volume on the downside dwindling as well. So patience pays. Keep reminding myself that. Last minute here. Wait for this last 30 seconds, then we'll jump into some chess. Again, just keeping risk as tight as possible. Really working on the losses being as small as possible here. Depending on how we close here, if we close bearish, especially after being under new day opening gap, not looking likely for this long. Bit of chop, it's really hard to call, not much volatility and movement, so bit of a gamble at this point. There's nothing really confirming one way or another. I just realized I've been on mute, my bad. It's just saying that still going in the direction of the first few minutes of the open. That's just been the highest probability at the moment, where the most orders have been, and the volume sort of confirms that. Doesn't mean that we can't lose this, especially with everything that's happening. It's pretty volatile times, and I think that's why people are mainly on the sidelines. I think we've just been ranging for the past 10 minutes or so. So it'll be interesting to see. We just need a definitive closure above or below point of control here. It's really a gamble right now. So yeah, it's not ideal. I'm just using the fact that we've opened, we have volume here to protect these lows, but yeah, it's pretty low probability in all honesty. There's Chop City right now. Point of control, just hit again. Point of control just shifted again to the downside. Not what you want to see. Can't adjust the risk because then we're going to be taking on way too much. Just got to keep it at the 200. If we get wicked here and it rebounds, it is what it is. Rough stuff, but yeah, it is what it is. I think going with a more conservative approach of starting low on the amount of micros and building up seems to be a bit better, especially with managing losses, like even on this account now. So if we can get a decent closure to add just one, seems to be the play, but we'll wait and see here. Again, volume has been low. Now we're starting to see volume push to the upside. So coming back in with one, scale into this position here. Like this stop still down here. I can't remember what it is for winning day on top step, whether it's 200 or 250. But I think we're just going to go for the minimum amount. I'm going to assume it's 250 just in case it's not 200. Let me just check it up. Top step. Oh, 150. Okay. Nice. Cool. It's only 150. If we do hit that target, we're just done for the day for these accounts. Again, we just got to climb ourselves out of drawdown. So we'll just try hit the 5 winning days if we can. But wait and see what the market wants to do. There you go. Last minute for this M3. If we can get some sort of push here now, just gotta be mindful of the value area high if sellers want to push. So if we can get up to 680, we'll adjust risk. Yeah. We'll probably go break even, or at least to this low. Push back to an M3. Just seeing where the most volume is and what that candle tells us. So this candle has the most sell side volume in the last sort of 10 minutes, and it's pushing down. We rejected and we're closing back up. Next few candles are pushed to the upside. So based on that, we ideally shouldn't lose this low, or potentially this low, because the most volume was behind that candle. So we're just going to adjust risk just slightly under the point of control. Price might still come back to retest this point of control. But actually, we are going to adjust it. I think we took $7 or $5 off that. Again, really, this is the point where we should be getting to break even at 680 level. I haven't filled this little imbalance here yet too, so still think we've got room and time to go there. We'll jump on some chess. My rating has dropped so much, man. It's not good. Don't know whether we take here. Okay. Great sell-off. Tough. See if the original low gets held intact here, or whether that just gets blasted through. It looks like it's probably gonna get blasted through. Okay. Whoa, wow. Dom is right with the relative equal lows. That's crazy, man. Check here. He takes, that's fine. Good checkmate. We've taken out this low now. Interesting to see whether we close low or whether it's just a liquidity grab. Okay, so closing below here now. It kind of green lights us for bearish momentum now. Just waiting for a good opportunity. Don't need to chase price here. Sort of established we want to go lower, so waiting to see if we can get a fill up in here. Just drop risk. Waiting here. Ah, okay. Yeah, the chest win. I think that's a good indication of MNQ potentially playing. MNQ is dropping a lot more than ES. ES probably looks a little bit cleaner, I think. And MNQ is just probably going to send it from here, to be honest. I think this was the mistake yesterday, sort of waiting for the pullback when we've already shown that we want to run. So, yeah, it's rough to see. It is what it is. Take it off the one. I do have a TradeOvate account here that I want to log into just to catch these shorts, because I think today honestly has the potential to be a massive day. Come to the daily charts, look at like not too much volume, not too much volume, not too much volume, and then you see that typically not too much volume, and then one of these days